What is up guys, it's your boy Aswell. I'm here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within, and today I want to talk about concentration in the War Within, and I want to give you guys an example of how I plan to use my concentration early in the War Within. Concentration is a brand new resource that we now have to our professions in the War Within, and if you're playing on a pre-patch, we already have this right now as well. And what this does is that on a daily basis, or like whenever you have your concentration available, you can apply your concentration to guarantee a higher craft. So for example, if I go over here, we go to milling or inscription, and let's go to this one, codified greenwood. At the moment I am crafting this at quality 2, but I'm also halfway to quality 3. Now if I want to guarantee my current craft being quality 3, I can apply concentration. At the moment we have 1000 concentration available, and by applying this to guarantee quality 3, we are spending 195 concentration. So I'm going to craft this right now, and you can see it's going to be quality 3. And I've also now spent my concentration, and concentration is a time-gated resource. You will get these back on a daily basis. It will not fully recharge, but you will get back a little bit every single day. And yeah, it's a resource you use, and then you recharge over time. Now, because of concentration, pretty much everything becomes a daily cooldown, and you can make a lot of gold on a daily basis. Basically, if you have one scribe, using the same craft I just did, we can make 5 codified greenwood every single day by using this amount of concentration. We can make 5 of them when concentration is full, and then we wait for it to recharge. If we have 2 alts, now we can make 10. If we had 50 alts, we can make 250. Basically 5 per alt. And let's just say quality 3 is selling for 1000 gold more than quality 2. Suddenly that is 5000 gold per character when you spend all of your concentration. The way concentration will work is that you will literally have a gold per concentration value at the launch of the expansion. And when you look at recipes as well and how much skill they require to craft, you want materials to be quality 3. The more quality 3 materials you have when you're crafting, the higher chance you have, well, the higher skill you will have when doing the craft. So for example, if I was using quality 1 ink here, just as an example here, so we're going to use quality 1 ink instead, now we're all the way down to like the start of quality 2. So swapping from quality 1 to quality 3 ink literally gives you this amount of skill. It is ridiculous, 385 right now, and going down here we now have 266, so you get about 60 skill per one that you go from quality 1 to quality 3. It is insane, and you want to get your crafts done at the highest quality you can, in which case you want the highest quality materials as well. Now, the purpose of this video is to just show you an example of how I will spend concentration myself at the launch. Now, I'm probably going to have way more videos like this planned and scheduled before the War Within comes out, just to try to show you guys examples of how I want to use my concentration, to give you concrete examples of how to make gold in the War Within, and feel free to let me know how you will use your concentration in the comments as well. Now for my tailors, for example, I'm going to use concentration on tailoring to make the highest quality cloth that I can, especially in the brand new cooldown crafts. Getting those at quality 3 is going to be insane. Now, if you wanna know more about gold making for the War Within, check out my Goldmaking Guide for the War Within as well, link down below by the way, where we deep dive into every single profession, talk about how to use concentration, and also talk about where to spend your knowledge points, because knowledge points will also be a very big factor in how you make your gold with professions. So we deep dive into every single profession, talk about those things, and teach you what you need to know. In addition to that, we have found a lot of very good gold farms. Well, we're assuming they're going to be good, but they look very good so far on the beta, and you will have access to those farms from day 1. They are in the guide right now, so you will have them when the game comes out. Even though I'll make videos on them sporadically over time, you will have access to them at launch, instead of waiting 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or even a week, right? You will have them all right there, so you can go and get them whenever you get to max level. You can just go out and farm some gold. Now, in addition to that, when you buy the guide, you also get access to a private gold making community, where I give you guys early access to videos, exclusive videos, and even more gold making info. check out the guide, the link will be down below, and if you do buy the guide, thank you so much. Your support is single-handedly what allows me to spend so much time on the beta and try to figure out how to make gold in the War Within. I really want to find as many different ways to make gold as possible, and I also want to find the best ways as well, because even though something might be the best way to make gold, it's not going to be for everyone. So the more examples we have and the more ways of making gold we have, the better it is. Either way, let's talk about concentration and one of the ways I'm going to spend my concentration right here. Now for this we are focusing on two professions. That's going to be inscription and engineering. These are two of the professions that I'm planning to probably make the most gold with at the launch, and it's just because of how easy I think it's going to be. Now for inscription, I'm going to focus on crafting reagents. I'm going to have several scribes, by the way, like one scribe focusing on milling, one on crafting ink, and then one on crafting reagents. For this video, I'm specifically crafting reagents, and the build I'm going for, I am setting this character up right now on the beta to emulate a week 1 character. So we have 70 skills in inscription so far. We have gotten ourselves a quality 2 green tool for inscription. We are hopefully gonna have a blue tool on week 1, shouldn't really be that difficult, and hopefully we can get a higher quality than quality 2 as well, but I just made this one for myself. You want this tool to be with multicraft, by the way, when you're focusing on reagents, just to get more gold back. So a multicraft, absolutely huge, get that on the tool as well. Now, for the spec that I'm going for here, we have Pursuit of Perfection, 30 points spent into improved ciphers, because this one gives us 10 skill points, or 5 skill points, then 10, and then 10 every single bonus. It is massive. So this one just gives me more skill points than this one does, and I just spent 10 more points here because I can, and that also gives me skill points, but a little bit less. But it's more like, this is more flexible, also gives you points in skill, milling, or even while making ink, for example. So this is the main talent point you go into, then you go to the left for improved ciphers, and you can also learn these two. They barely give you any benefits really, but then again there's no point in not learning them. So this one, for example, multicraft grants up to plus 25% additional goods when crafting Zygor inscription recipes, and you don't even have to spend any knowledge points here. You just learn this for free, and there we go. So that's how I spent my points so far, and once again I've only spent 40 points, because I'm heavily assuming 40 points will be roughly where we are in week 1. You can pick up 24 knowledge points from the treasures in 10 minutes of playing the game, then you get 6 more from weekly, so there we have 30, and then you have first time craft, which should be 10. So getting 40 knowledge points in week 1 should be very, very easy, in which case I've set this up to be very easy to follow. So 40 knowledge points, 70 skill in inscription, just having one tool, but the more you have the better, and then you start making codified greenwood and boundless ciphers. You want to have quality 3 materials if you can. If you can't, like once again, if you go down to using quality 1 like I did here, you're just gonna have to supplement by using more concentration. And why I'm doing this is that I'm going to be making these materials to sell it to other people. So I am using crafting reagents, the inks in this case, and Arathor's spear, to make codified greenwood, and I'm going to use my concentration every single day to make codified greenwood and boundless cipher at quality 3, and then I'm just going to sell those. So it's not really that interesting, but it's going to be absolutely worthwhile, and it's going to be a very good way to make gold, and it's gonna function as a daily gold making method, because once again my profitability here will be heavily dominated by using my concentration. Now the more multicraft I'm able to get from my tools and my accessories, the more gold I can make without concentration as well, by getting multicraft procs, for example, and then selling quality 2, but for the most part a lot of my profit will be from making these quality 3 ones, which at the moment is only possible when you use concentration. As you can see, I'm still 120 skill away from the recipe difficulty of 100 of quality 3, and that is with using max quality reagents as well, so I would have to spend a lot more knowledge points to get anywhere close to to crafting quality 3, the only way to get quality 3 at the start will be using concentration, which once again is a resource that recharges itself over time. Now that is inscription done, we also have engineering, which once again isn't really that interesting either. First of all, get yourself tools, you can make them for yourself. I just made these myself. So we have the bismuth fueled camouflage with multicraft in this case, and it's quality 5. Then we have this one, bismuth brainweave projector, quality 4. Just green tools because that's super easy to get, even though you can definitely get one blue one the first week as well for even more stats. You can also get the second accessory as well, of course. Now for engineering, I'm going to focus on crafting parts, and we are once again using our concentration here to get quality 3 parts. Now I have once again spent 40 knowledge points, well 41 in this case, because engineering has a lot more recipes available, so you can probably get more closer to 50 or 60 knowledge points the first week, but once again assuming 41 knowledge points in the first week, this is my current build, and I'm focusing on parts to get as much skill as possible while making parts. But even with this amount of skill, you can see we are still not guaranteeing quality 3, and we are still 80 skill points away as well from guaranteeing quality 3, so the only way to get these parts at quality 3 in the first week will be to spend your concentration. So once again, I will be that guy spending my concentration to get these parts at quality 3, and for engineering you have so many different parts as well, so you can always focus on the most profitable one. Once again, it's not super exciting, but it's gonna be a super great way to make a bunch of gold, because you are focusing on making reagents used by other people. Reagents have a very fast sell rate, like very high sell rate. They're gonna sell really fast. It's a very good way to make a bunch of gold and secure those profits really fast. Now, when it comes to the longevity of these gold making methods, it's only really gonna be for week 1 and week 2. Engineering could last a little bit longer, based on there being 120 skill points difference. But when it comes to engineering, for example, I haven't even maxed out my parts or even inventing. So by maxing these out, we get a lot of skill points from there as well. So for example, we have currently spent 41 knowledge points and we are lacking 80 skill points. Now, if we just assume that we can spend more skill points, so over here now we have spent 50 skill points in total. If we get into week 2, for example, I'm betting we're going to be closer to 80 knowledge points. So right now we have put in 80 knowledge points, all of which are focusing on skill to get as much skill as possible towards all our crafts. And when we do this, we are now much closer. We are 25 skill points away from getting quality 3 on all our parts. So as you can see here, we're so close to quality 3 on pretty much all parts, which means we are not really that far away. We can get our blue tools. If we had blue tools right now and blue accessories, we would probably literally be there. So in week 2, maybe even week 3, a lot of people will be able to guarantee quality 3 parts. But for week 1 and week 2, you can make a bunch of gold by spending your concentration on making these parts. After the first couple of weeks, you will have to do something different. For engineering though, for inscription I mean, this will last a little bit longer, but once again, the more weeks go by, the more knowledge points people have, and the more knowledge points they have, the more skill they will get as well, by for example putting talent points into something that gives you skills. This one gives me +1 skill whenever I put a point in, so we can get 20 more skill points from here as well. And then this bonus is +10 skill, this one is +10 skill, this one is +10 skill, and this one is also +10 skill. So for inscription, just by maxing this one out, by spending 20 more knowledge points, we get 60 skill points, and we are only 120 away from guaranteeing these at quality 3 as well. So we're halfway there once again by spending 20 more knowledge points, which could even be possible in week 1. Either way, that's how I plan to spend my concentration with specifically inscription and engineering in the first couple of weeks, because once again you are focusing on crafting reagents which are used by other professions, and the first couple of weeks there's going to be this huge rush for professions to craft everything you can, even crafting profession equipment or even just skilling up your professions. People will want to have crafting reagents of the highest quality possible to make what they want to make. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, leave leave a like down below, just one of the examples of how to spend your concentration, so hopefully when the War Within comes out, this helps you make some gold. And once again, let me know how you are spending your concentration in the comments as well. Thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next video very soon.